Hey guys, welcome into another music reaction. Today we are listening to Charli XCX's album BRAT. Summer's literally over in a couple weeks, but I couldn't just let myself stand on the sidelines for this one. It's been too long. I want to know what BRAT Summer is all about. I've never listened to a Charli XCX album before. I feel like this album BRAT is her biggest mainstream success as far as a complete album. Obviously, the marketing of BRAT Summer is the reason why I decided to sit down and listen to it today. She's obviously had big songs in the past that apparently a lot of people don't even realize was Charli until now. But those big songs from the past that everyone knows is pretty much where I'm at as far as my Charli knowledge. Like, I know Boom Clap, I know I was busy thinking about boys, that song. Oh, I love it with Iconopop, and Fancy, that's the one I was thinking of, the Iggy song where she's on there. So yeah, I know the big Charli hits that probably she gets like not enough credit for, honestly, but I'm always excited to listen to a new girly, and I think I've never really listened to hyperpop before, which is, I believe, Charli's kind of niche genre that she plays with. But I think this actually is going to be right up my alley because I am so into a song you can dance to. And I feel like in recent musical history, we've had a big like sad girl, sad bops train come through, and I love sad girl bops. But there's just like something so fun about a dance song. Like, if you're one of those people who needs to dance, forget your worries type of thing, that's who I am as well. So I'm hoping, that this subgenre of music is going to be up my alley. Of course, also I know her song, well, I don't know her song Apple, but I know the sound that has gone viral from her song Apple and the dance. I could probably do the dance back to front because I've seen it so many times. Everyone can do the dance. If you can't do the dance, where have you been? We have 15 songs that we're working with. It's been over 2 months. Over 2 months since this album came out. I'm so late. Oh, interesting. We're starting, our opener is 360 and then we're ending on 365. So 360 is obviously giving spin and 365 is giving year. Both complete cycles in a way. I think I might have to claim I might say something stupid because that's so me. Oh, and I also know that the song Girl So Confusing, I actually don't really know anything about it, so this is probably going to frustrate you from what I like, the little snippets that I know, but does it have something to do with Lorde? Is Lorde on the song? Is there like drama between Charli and Lorde that's been squashed? Is the drama still ongoing? I don't know, I just know somehow her and Lorde have a history. All right, let's get into track 1, 360. I'm so excited. I'm like, I feel like this is about to blow my ears out. Like, that's the stereotype I have going into this. Okay. Oh. Oh my god, is she British? Did I not know that this woman is British? Where's Charli XCX from? The way she said can't was really jarring to me because I had no idea. Anyways, do you know what this is kind of giving? It's giving 1-2 Step Sierra 2000s. It's giving electronic 2000s club. And I'm all for the 2000s revival that's been creeping up on us for a while now. And I just also love like lyric, another lyric. Like, I love when it just doesn't stop. What is Gabriette though? Oh my god, I fear Charli like is too cool for me. And she's gonna be using words that I just go over my head. Gabriette is a person, a model and musician. Oh my god, shout out. Okay. I'm Your Favorite Reference Baby is such a fun lyric. I don't know, these lyrics are already so fun and I can just feel like the confidence oozing. Sometimes I need like a confident girly to sing and give me lyrics to sing so I can pretend I'm confident as well. Drop down, yeah. The camera flash on. Ooh. So stylish. Yeah, 360. When you're in the mirror, do you like what you see? Ooh. You're just looking at me. I'm everywhere, I'm so Julia. No, who's Julia? Fox? Not where I expected 360 to come through, but listen, I was just talking the other day with people about how I'm like not a 360 girl. I didn't put it that way, but now Charli put it that way. So, but no, I'm like so insecure. I've thought about like doing vlogs and stuff on YouTube, and then I think about how if I did vlogs, like I don't get to be in this safe space where I am right now, where I have the lighting exactly how I want it and the camera aimed at me exactly how I want it, and I got my lighting and my angles down. But without the lighting and angles, I am nothing. I am not a 360 girl. You can't just catch me at any angle, see me in any mirror, and I'm gonna look good. It's just not how I'm built. But Charli, congrats.
If you love it, if you hate it, I don't fucking care what you think. Drop down.
I love her energy. She's actually who I aspire to be, if I'm being so honest. Like, why can't I have this confidence? You know what? This is another stereotype I know. Charli and drugs, it's like a brand thing, no? Okay, that was very 2000s hot girl. No, do you know what? Oh my God, do you know what I was just about to say? It was giving Barbie for some reason, but I was like, no, it's more edgy than Barbie, so I was gonna like just add adjectives to make it make sense. But then my brain went, no, it's like a Brat style, and literally title of the album is Brat. Is this entire album Brat style inspired? No, but I did love this as an opener. I love the energy she's giving to us right away. I have a feeling that energy is going to carry throughout the album. I love like the fresh modern take on an electro pop 2000s club beat. It's just a genre that I think is really cool to be brought into the mainstream, and I want to keep it coming. Oh my God, okay, track 2 is Club Classics. I was just saying, this is for the club. What is Club Classics? She's giving us a club classic with this album, but is Club Classics gonna be like a call out to like all the best club songs? Just like reference after reference? Or is she like, where did the club classics go? I would like to know as well. This is what I was expecting to open up the album, this vibe.
When I go to the club, I wanna hear those club classics. I wanna hear those club
Oh my God.
Club classics.
The dreamy ambience.
Classics. Yeah, I wanna dance with me. I wanna dance with AG. I wanna dance with George. I wanna dance with Sophie. I wanna dance to Hub Mo. Play the track for
Not me knowing none of these people. Not me knowing not a single one of the references. This is embarrassing. Oh my God. We're like in a Jello spaceship. Do you feel that? I feel silly dancing on camera. I can't be dancing. Wait, I love this. No, I'm laughing at myself. I'm laughing at myself because I like truly love to dance, but I cannot be dancing on camera because I'm gonna embarrass myself. I need to get over it, I think. I just need to get over it. But I'm just thinking about, it's going through my head how I will be dancing to this song in my kitchen. And it's not a pretty sight, but it is a fun sight, and I'm ready for it. Honestly, like, it was very jolting, the beginning of the song. Very jolting, and it's what I was expecting on the first song, so then when I didn't get it on the first, and then I got thrown into it on the second, I was like, okay, we're here, I'm catching up. But then, as the song's gone on, I'm liking it so, like, even more than I expected. I knew I would love, like, a dance song, but this is so fast-paced that it, like, takes your breath away, and that's what I like about it. Like, it just is demanding you to like go. I want to dance to me is insane. Imagine. Because that's a thing. Like, she knows she eats. She knows she has her own club classics to deliver. So her to say like, I want to hear the club classics and I want to dance to me is like, it's just a level of confidence that, because there's something about musicians like not wanting to admit that they enjoy and listen to their music. I feel like that's becoming outdated, like that way of thinking. I mean, I'm sure it's possible that because they're performing it so much, you just get sick of it and you want something new. But I just mean in general, I feel like I've seen Billie talk about it where she's like, I fucking love my music. And I'm like, yes, no one says that. And Charli gets it. So I love that. Oh. We're in the stars. Oh. How do people create these sounds? I actually don't know. But whatever is happening right now, I've heard it before and I love it. Tell me why I sat here in one spot the whole time and I feel and I still feel a little out of breath. I didn't do anything. and I'm out of breath from that song. Track 3 is Sympathy is a Knife? Is it giving like, I'm dying anyway, so please just someone puts them out of their misery? Or, oh my god, or Sympathy is a Knife as in sympathy hurts, like sympathy taken as pity when you're like stunted emotionally. Oh. Now we're talking my language. That's another George reference. Oh, yeah. Did it just go silent for a second? Hold on. Oh, I'm a sucker for that. I love when you just cut everything for a beat before you keep going. Okay, I love that there's a couple things she said here that I love. I'm embarrassed to have it, but need the sympathy. That right there, especially, I love that lyric in the midst of everything else happening. Because like the other line, don't know why all this sympathy is just a knife. Like it hurts, like you don't want the sympathy. But a couple lines before that, she's saying, I do want the sympathy, I'm just embarrassed about it. Interesting, I don't want to share the space. I wonder if she's talking about like her niche of music, or just the music industry in general. Like she just wants to be it. She doesn't want to have to compete, but she also doesn't want to be fake. I don't want to force a smile. And I feel like in the music industry, there's probably a lot of like faking it for the sake of your brand and, you know, brands sell type of thing. This one girl taps my insecurities. Interesting. I didn't know this. I'm being so for real. I didn't know Charli had insecurities. Everybody does, obviously, like I'm joking, but based off the 2 songs, she clearly is like very confident. But so it's interesting to get a song like this where we're talking about like the other side of the coin, you know, wishing we were somebody else. And it seems like there's someone or people that can see that in her, see those insecurities in her, and she wants the sympathy and like the care and to be handled gently, but at the same time she hates her soft side that does crave that, I guess. So the sympathy, even if she does want it, it feels like a knife every time, and it just makes her feel more out of control. That's another thing, is like it's kind of the thing of if you're somebody who, when someone says nice things to you or tries to hug you or says, you know, they're there for you, like anything emotional, that just will send you even more over the edge because you're trying to be closed off. So then when somebody just like is being real with you and honest and vulnerable with you, seeing that vulnerability and kindness in them is kind of what sets you off.
I wanna buy a gun. Why? I wanna shoot myself. I'd say that there was a God if they could stop this wild voice tearing me apart. Don't wanna see a backstage of my boyfriend's show. Fingers crossed behind my back. I hope they break up quick 'cause I'm afraid.
Your boyfriend, they break up, what's happening? The mind is a scary place. And her completely separating herself from it and just referring to it as the voice, like these voices in her head, like that's still you. But sometimes it's just like you're also self-aware of like these feelings that you can't control. So you put the uncontrollable feelings kind of like in their own box and separate from yourself to try to manage better. Okay, this one's so sad. Oh, I love that pause before knife. My god, that repetition of all the sympathy is just a knife. Usually I'm not a big fan of like repetition in music like that, but the way that it was sung was just so satisfying that I was in it every time. Yeah, it's giving like her boyfriend has moved on to another girl and she's looking at that like, oh my god, I'm nothing like her, like, and all of these insecurities are pouring in. Or like this guy that she wants is with a girl that she sees is way different from her. So she's like, oh, I could never be her. Like I could never get him because I'm not someone like her. I don't know. This one's really relatable, unfortunately. I'm sure to a lot of us. Next is my claim track. I might say something stupid. Oh. Wear these clothes as disguise. There's something how everything is Halloween to me. Let me just say that. Everything. I'll turn anything into Halloween vibes, but this is giving me Halloween vibes. It was probably the instrumental at the very beginning, and I feel like obviously we're on a low piano that sounds kind of like sinister in a way.
Enter the party, door is open, let in but still outside. I'll go so cold. I don't know if I belong here anymore.
Oh my god, this is beautiful.
I don't feel like nothing special.
You know what this song, like the vibe of this song is kind of giving Creep. The song Creep. This is so sad. Like you can feel how lonely she is in this moment. Let in, but still outside. I look perfect for the background. First of all, like being around people and still feeling lonely is like the worst feeling, right? So empathy there for that line alone. But then I look perfect for the background is giving like other people are just quick to set her aside and there's always something else they want to focus on. I feel like I also have hit a point in my life where it's like I'm making myself perfect for the background because like I don't want to be perceived anymore. I get nervous if I don't know, I just wasn't expecting like this side of Charli based on the marketing of the album and what I like the preconceived notions I had about it. We're getting incredibly dark and vulnerable.
I snag my tights out on the lawn chair.
Of course, because the night isn't hard enough already.
I'm famous but not quite, but I'm perfect for the background. I go so cold, I go so cold. Belong here anymore.
Oh my god. Again, there's like a double entendre here of her talking just about not feeling a sense of belonging in general and not feeling like good enough to be on Earth, and there's like that dramatic take that you can get, but then as we got to the end here, it's also her talking about fame. Do I belong in the industry anymore? Do I deserve this platform when I feel like I don't get to do anything with it and no one is really listening, and I have like a famous name but I'm not like super famous at the same time? Like imagine, you know what, I've never thought about that. Like there's so many people who like are famous without being A-list, and how lonely it must feel to like have your moments but then walk into a party and everyone's like, who are you? Right? Oh right, that. It's like so dehumanizing and so easy to feel like a sense of not belonging, because obviously when I think of the industry, especially like the dark side of it, it's like your worth is in the fame a lot. So like the more famous, the more people are going to suck up to you. The less famous, the more people are going to look down on you, and it's like a really screwed up system. But it must be such an odd place to be one of those in-betweeners. I mean, obviously she's blown up more than ever, so it's really interesting to get a song like this without her knowing the success that BRAT would bring. But even without the success that BRAT brings, like, I don't want to see people, it's so annoying, like, are people going to be sucking up to her at the parties? Like, yeah, she belongs now. What, because she had like a mainstream hit again? Like, I don't know. It's just like really sad, the whole industry and where worth lies in it. Okay, track 5, Talk Talk.
I've been looking at you.
Oh, we're back to party.
We've been talking for months, but never in the same room.
Okay, tension.
But we've been keeping this a secret.
And forbidden.
I wish you talk, wish you talk, wish you talk.
Oh my god, he better. By the end of the song, I need closure. The way she set up this story, I need this man to talk to her by the end. I don't know why I felt, you know what, it's not even just the story of this song, it's the story that the album is giving me right now. Like, we started with like, oh my god, Barbie girl, Brat style, you're such an icon, and then we got into like vulnerability and how she doesn't feel like she belongs, and now she's talking to this guy and things are going really well behind the scenes, but then like, what, you're not going to talk to us at a party? This is why she feels stupid at the party. Come talk to her. I need this man to talk to her by the end. I love her head voice.
Are you thinking about me?
course he is. Does she have auto? Is that like her style? Does she have auto tune over everything? I don't know. I love the sound of it. I think the difference with auto tune is like when it first was introduced, it got a bad rap because it was mostly only used to like help singers who couldn't sing hit some notes. And we're like, okay, it's like giving fake. But over time, like so much more has come out of auto tune and like it's become its own style and it sounds so cool. And I just love the way she uses it and how it makes her voice sound. We better not fade out like this. I need to know if they're talking. He, she, whoever is talking to us. Okay. Oh. I love how that ended. That felt like, oh my god, there's like some fairy godmother dust in this album. Loved the way that ended. I love, you guys know, if you watch my reactions, you know I love like a just talk. Oh my god, she's so smart. I love when it just turns from singing to like straight talking. I love that, but also the fact that this is called Talk Talk and it's all about her being like, please just talk to me. Her ending the song with her talking to them and saying exactly what she wants is perfection. But also, so it's like funny but like also sad because you can just see like the desperation of how much she wants this to happen. And her saying talk to me in French, Spanish, in your own made-up language, it doesn't matter if I understand it. Like she just wants their interest in her to be confirmed. She's like, listen, you don't gotta say all this and that. You don't gotta woo me or anything, but just like give me something, right? And tell me your secrets and fears. She wants to get there too. It doesn't have to be, you know, it doesn't have to be shallow, but she just wants that confirmation that they're ready for the next step. Shall we go back to my place? Why does the story end there? I have like a problem with songs not giving me closure. It doesn't have to be happy closure. It can be sad closure, but when we're left on a note like that, I'm like, what happened next? All right, next is Von Dutch, which is like, isn't that like the hats that everyone wore in the 2000s? All those celebrities. I think they kind of made a comeback. Oh, she's back on this now. Oh, that back production. Oh my god, is this the Addison Rae song? I mean, it's the Charli song, but you know what I mean, where Addison screams. This is my favorite version of Charli, when she just knows she's everything. And she's right too. Like people who are jealous of others and like bring them down, or just people who, I mean, clearly she's got to be talking about people who just talk shit about her. It's just a lot of the time it's obsession, especially when it comes to just people who you just have no reason to hate them. Like literally, what did they do? Nothing. So why are you so obsessed with them? Why are you so obsessed? Like people who work an obsession into their hatred toward people they don't even know is wild. This is so crazy. What is this line? Do that little dance, without it you'd be nameless. Which, if that feels targeted, that feels like she's talking about someone specific. I think dance, I think like TikTok dance, because that's where you see like big mainstream people dancing now. Is this like some real beef with somebody? Crazy lyric, and I feel like there's some lore behind it that I'm not aware of. Okay, also though, Von Dutch cult classic, but I still pop. I love. I mean, she's calling herself basically a cult classic, but also pop, meaning like she's an immediate classic. People love her, but she's still like pop is popular. So she's popular, but also has like a cult classic following that doesn't die. Please tell me the lore on that song. I feel like there has to be some. Also, okay, so what? Was this a lead single, but then also was the Addison Rae thing a remix of the song? I don't know. I've never heard the full song with her and Addison. I've just heard like that snippet on TikTok. Let me know. Everything is romantic. You know what, Charli? I love to romanticize everything. Otherwise, life is boring. Oh. Okay, Swan Lake. Swan Lake in a rainbow. Is the beat about to drop?
Bad tattoos on leather tan skin. Jesus Christ on a plastic sign.
What? Bad tattoos on leather tan skin, Jesus Christ on a plastic sign. What's happening? Okay.
Fall in love again and again. Riding roads through manual drive.
I love that the strings are staying with us.
Early nights and white sheets with lace curtains. Bad tattoos on leather tan skin. Jesus Christ on a plastic sign. Fall in love again and again. A place that can make you change. Fall in love.
Okay. Okay, we've had like 3 different songs in this song so far.
Romantic. Lemons on the trees and on the ground. Sandals on the stirrups of the scooters. Neon orange drinks on the beach. 4 generations make up a family. Lemons on the trees.
Oh, I want to know what is her inspiration? Clearly she was in a beautiful coastal town.
Swampy in the distance. In a place that can make
Thank you for the answer. I want to travel. Traveling is such an easy way to romanticize. Oh, that sounds familiar. All of a sudden. I love the backing vocals. The repetition is crazy, but it's a message. Is that rain on a roof? I can't tell. It's like the creaking of wood piano or something, or it could be like rain on like a metal roof. This was one of those songs where she was talking so fast and I was just locked in trying to keep up. But then when we hit the repetition at the end, I was like, okay, I can let my brain relax and just like love the production. The production was fun, but the backing vocals of Everything Is was what tied this whole song together for me. That was so pretty. And the repetition was went on. When did the repetition start? The repetition went on for so long here at the end, but like with a lyric like fall in love again and again. Obviously there's a message behind that, and she's just being like, it's a cycle, it never ends. Keep romanticizing. And it doesn't mean like fall in and out of relationships, like not fall in love again and again as in like one relationship fails and then you fall in love again and then you fall in love again. It's like fall in love with everything around you. Fall in love with the early nights in white sheets with lace curtains. Fall in love with Pompeii. Fall in love with the orange juice on the beach and the different families around you and the lemons on it. Like keep falling in love with all of these little things. That's what romanticizes life. Like not messy relationships, but like appreciating and falling in love with all of the beautiful simplicity around you, the little things. So like the repetition is valid because there's just so many things to fall in love with. There's so many pretty beautiful things in the world for you to focus on and romanticize, I guess. When did this start? We had a full minute of that repetition at the end. That's crazy. If it wasn't for the Everything Is, I wouldn't have been a big fan of how long it went on, even with the fact that I understand why it's going on that long. But the Everything Is, I'm telling you, the backing vocals brought it all together. We are on to track 8, Rewind.
Sometimes I just wanna rewind. I'd go back in time to when I wasn't insecure.
That would be great. How old would I be? Like probably 4. I remember being insecure at 5. A bad haircut will do that to you. It really will. This is such a valid thing that everybody thinks about, right? If I could go back in time but keep my mind that I have now, I would 100% do it. I don't know if I'd go back and do it all again, like from scratch, but I would 100% go back and do it all if I had, if I could keep my mind and my memories and my knowledge that I've gained since. Okay, I'm getting deep. This song is like not trying to make me say all that right now. Okay.
When I didn't overanalyze my face shape. Honestly, I'm always thinking about my weight. Feel embarrassed when I call out the paparazzi. Everyone.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Charli, for saying that you call up the paparazzi, because that's another thing that's come up recently where everyone's like, you guys know that like paparazzi don't just follow around people 99% of the time. Like obviously there's like the big A-listers where the paparazzi are on the hunt and it's so creepy, but 9 times out of 10, the reason the paparazzi are there is because they got tipped off. They got the call directly from the person that's being photographed, and no one wants to admit it. No one wants to talk about it. Charli's talking about it. Also, okay, wow. Yeah, I have a lot of body image issues, so thank you, Charli, for speaking to that as well. A lot of us are feeling it right now.
Now does it constantly.
Everyone does it!
These doubts that keep running through my mind. Sometimes.
Oh, the stacked vocals there.
I used to sit in my bedroom putting polish on my toes.
The nostalgia.
Often wondering about whether I think I deserve commercial success. It's
Whether you
running through my
deserve
mind.
it. Again, it's a moment where it's crazy to listen to it without her knowing what Brat would become. I want to know what she thinks now. Are there interviews? Like, since the success, I'm sure maybe there were interviews when, like, Brat was just coming out. But have there been interviews post Brat success, like mainstream blow up? Because I'm so curious if she's talked about these themes in the present day that she's brought up on this album about mainstream success and like being halfway famous and wondering if she deserves it. Like, oh my god, the things she's saying on here are just so honest and vulnerable, and I love that. I love that, like, just because honestly I went into this album being like, okay, I'm gonna dance, but yeah, this is a song I could dance to, but also it's talking about like such serious things, and I love that.
Sometimes.
This is my favorite part. Oh. Not the strip back.
Sometimes I just wanna rewind, wanna turn back time. Yeah, press rewind.
I have no more words for that one, other than I'm so happy for the success of this album. Next is track 9, So I.
Always on my mind. Every day, every night. Your star burns so bright.
Oh, pretty.
When I'm on stage, sometimes I lie. Say that I love singing these songs you left behind. I can cry, so I cry.
Oh no.
Wish I tried to pull you closer. You're a hero and a human. You would say, come on, stay for dinner. I'd say, no, I'm fine. No, I really wish I stayed.
Oh my god.
Every day, every night. Your star burns so bright. So I cry. Guilty feelings keep me fractured. Didn't know how I should act. I watched you dance online.
First of all, this song, like, I don't know, this feels like I said about her previous songs on the album, it feels so honest. Like, it feels like she's giving me details that I wouldn't expect from a song. There's something very personal about this one. So I've just kind of been like sat. I've been sat and listening. But I watched you dance online. Reminds me of another song. Is it Von Dutch? She calls out somebody who would be nameless if it wasn't for their little dance. Like, keep doing your little dance. Without it, you're nameless, or a lyric like that we talked about earlier. So it's very possible that she's talking about the same person, and at first emotions were really high and she was really upset with them, and obviously she's saying in this song she pushed them away, but it feels like here this is definitely upon a lot of reflection, and she's thinking about them a lot, and everything is getting kind of turned on its head into a new perspective in retrospect, which is a really sucky feeling, but it's making for a really beautiful song. Also, it seems like she's talking about somebody who like was a writer with her. Imagine, that's crazy. Like, obviously writing a song about someone, performing them years later, it's weird. Like, it must be hard. Like, it must bring back memories of that person. But I feel like, you know, you can rework it in your mind. Whereas like writing a song with someone, I feel like the song always has a piece of them in it. You can't reframe that. Like, their writing is there. So that's really difficult to deal with. I don't know if he was like a writer, producer, but like he's in the song in a way that makes it really hard to move on, I guess.
Your sounds, your words live on endless. When I think you should just make it faster with you like this.
Are we gonna pick it up?
Maybe just a little bit.
Oh.
Every day, every night. Your star burns so bright.
Well, I just keep thinking they can't get more vulnerable, and then they do. I love that she broke the fourth wall, that moment in the song. When I make songs, I remember things you suggest, make it faster. Would you like this one? I love when we break the fourth wall, and that's crazy. Like, it's already so intimate, and then her literally talking to him in the song is... That one was beautiful. Oh, track 10, Girls So Confusing. Maybe listening to this song is going to give me some perspective on why I think it might be something to do with Lorde, is what I saw. Okay.
It's so confusing sometimes to be a girl.
Yes.
Girl.
Oh.
How do you feel being a girl?
That's a loaded question. I can't just be answering that question.
I don't know, I'm just a girl.
Huh.
I don't know if you like me. Sometimes I think you might hate me. Sometimes I think I might hate you. Maybe you just wanna be me. You. Sometimes it feels a bit awkward because we don't have much in common. People say we're alike. Think about making music, but I don't know if it's honest. Can't tell if you wanna see me falling over and failing. I think I know how you feel.
Oh,
It's so
wow.
confusing sometimes.
Oh, that's very mature. First of all, it's so mature. Like, again, okay, these lyrics, like, Charli doesn't hold back. Like, she literally just tells it how it is. I know there's so many people in music who claim to be someone like that. Like, oh, I just tell it how it is. The music is honest. And then it's like, you know, it's not. I don't know, I've never felt this before. It's such honesty. She just doesn't give a fuck. She's just saying exactly how it went, and she doesn't care. And I love that. I feel like we need more of that. People care so much about how they come across and how they put things, but I think her honesty is what makes it beautiful. Like, I don't know, I feel like that's a really vague thing to say. Like, obviously, honesty is beautiful. People know that on a shallow sort of level. But like, I don't know, she's saying some things here that's like, hey, I'm not sure what the vibe is here between us. We say we want to like collab, we get together for dinner. Are we just saying this to each other? Do you like me? Do I like you? We kind of have nothing in common. What's going on here? Like, it is confusing. The way that she wraps it up in the chorus as it's just so confusing. It's interesting. And I love that it's like, she's like, oh, you suck. You're so malicious. Like, obviously you don't like me. Stop being fake. You could spin that narrative based on the verse alone, but the chorus just talking about how being a girl in general can be so confusing because we're constantly like putting up those facades and being like, just trying to be liked and trying to like people and trying to make everything easy, breezy, beautiful cover girl. But then that's not what is actually happening. Everything that they might be faking when they're together, they're not even doing it on purpose. They're just kind of trying to find a groove, and they aren't really quite finding it, but they feel like they should for some reason because girls are supposed to get along with everyone. Very confusing. It's very confusing. She wraps it up perfectly in the chorus. And the answer there, I don't know, I'm just a girl.
Think you should come to my party and put your hands up.
Oh.
One day we might make some music. The internet
They need to now.
still wanna see me falling over and failing.
Oof.
At least we're closer to being on the same page.
Was that her admitting that she's hoped for Lorde's downfall? It's an ugly thought, but you know what? Again, it's an honest thought. The competitiveness that's like instilled when it comes to girl on girl, especially in the same field, is so sad. This song was so complex. Simple lyrics, but put together very complex. Listen, all I'm saying is they like have to collab. They just have to collab now. It's interesting too, like she's like, the internet would go crazy. Like they would love it. We should just do it for them. Even though they don't really like each other that much. She's like, listen, the people want it, so let's just do it. I wonder if Lorde has said anything. I mean, I'm assuming maybe like the fact that this is about Lorde is like something false that I saw somewhere. But if it is about Lorde or about any other like musician, I really hope it's been like talked about or like, I don't know, and that the collab is gonna happen. That would be great. That would be perfect. Track 11 is Apple. We know her, we love her. I'm excited to hear what the whole song outside of the one snippet from TikTok is. Oh. Ooh. Oh, this is what I'm saying. Travel? Easier to romanticize.
I guess the apple could turn yellow or green. There's lots of different nuances to you and to me. Can't help it, it's alright, but you don't listen or leave today.
Okay, apple's a metaphor. We're using the apple to describe something deeper, clearly. The apple don't fall far from the tree. We all know what that means. Because I've been looking at you so long, now I only see me. I want to throw the apple into the sky. It feels like you never understand me. Okay, so she's like kind of talking to a brick wall, not getting through to this person, not being understood, possibly not even understanding them too. She moves on to like the whole yellow or green thing, accepting that, you know, there's nuance to each other and not everything is so black and white, or I guess, you know, red in the case of apples. I want to grow the apple, keep all the seeds. Yeah, like she wants to grow with this person and plant seeds together and like create, but they aren't there yet. So she just leaves and okay, airport vibes. Ooh. Oh, I've heard this.
I think the apple's rotten right to the core. From all the things passed down from all the apples coming before. But I find it's kinda scary, makes me just wanna drive.
Okay, you know what? I've never actually, like, I know these lyrics, but I've never really thought about them. Okay, I think the apple's rotten right to the core. From all the things passed down from all the apples coming before. Interesting. So it could be like, because it feels like we're talking about this relationship and we're trying to get through and like create with each other, but the apple's rotten to the core from all the things passed down from like previous like exes and you know how there's like you kind of are not supposed to bring baggage that you may have experienced from one relationship into the next, but because of like past experiences, it's so hard to really have a fresh slate with someone. All the apples coming before, all the exes before, all the things that happened to you, it's like they're being projected onto this new person without you meaning them to be. I split the apple down symmetrical lines and what I find is kind of scary. Yeah, they're all the same. Like everyone has trauma. Everyone is bruised and broken from their past. I don't know. Interesting. Let me know your take on this one, because like this is, I feel like when you're using a metaphor to talk about something, it can be like taken in many different ways. So let me know your take on the apple. There could be a billion different translations of what this song is about, I guess. Or maybe Charli has talked about it too. If she's talked about the song, I would love to know what she says it's about.
Where you go when you're feeling alone, when you're feeling alone, yeah, feeling alone, yeah.
Is she asking, do you feel alone? I mean, I feel like this is one of those widely relatable songs where it's like, it's just hard to connect with somebody and you just want to give up and just go off on your own and get away. I feel like the song could be broken down into something that simple, but it also feels like there's a lot of layers to this one that could be taken in a lot of different ways. God, I want to get away. After listening to this album, I want to get away too. I want to go somewhere. Track 12 is B2B, which I don't know like what that means. Hopefully I'll find out. I love a sharp beat. Oh, back to back. Got it. To you. Oh. Oh, it's messy. Oh, it's a messy one. She's like, I know. She said, I know I shouldn't be going back to you. But you can feel like the desperation that she wants to deep down, and her saying like, maybe you should go back to her because that'll stop me from making a bad decision here. Ugh. This one scratches an itch. She just knows. She knows when she's allowed to repeat something because she knows it's addictive. Oh. Switch up. Oh my god, the background, like, coming down. The winding production in the back is so spooky. Oh. Oh. Why is this the best song? No, this is the best song. Yeah. Please drop me back into it. We all love this song, right? Oh my That was the best like production sound sonically. My favorite song on the album. I couldn't tell you why. I feel like, you know, you know how some songs feel like you're being brainwashed, but in a good way? That. Track 13 is Mean Girls. Very interesting. I wonder if it's going to be something of a follow-up to Girls So Confusing, because we kind of talked about the experience of being a girl and how we're both kind of, are you wishing my downfall? Am I wishing yours? This is weird. We talked about like the complexities of girl in that one. So Mean Girls, I'm like kind of scared.
Yeah, it's 2 a.m. and she's out there wearing last night's makeup, all coquettish in the pictures with the flash on. Worships Lana Del Rey in her AirPods. Yeah, you say she's anorexic and you heard she likes when people say it. This one's for all my mean girls. This one's for all my bad girls. This one's for all my break your boyfriend's heart girls. This one's for all my mean girls.
Wait, she's kind of reclaiming the term. She's kind of reclaiming the term. Like Mean Girls being bad girl. I get it. I get the vibe. Like you get the vibe. It's not exactly Mean Girls as in bullies. It's Mean Girls as in girls who like don't give a fuck, which I've said is exactly Charli, like her brand in my eyes. But oh my God, no. The person she described here, there's like an edge to this girl that she's describing at the beginning that like I always wished I could be. Obviously there's some heartbreaking lyrics, like taking anorexic as a compliment. Unfortunately, we're swinging back into the ways of the 2000s and we're doing that, so that's something. But getting away with like wearing the same makeup from the night before in a sheer white dress could never be me. I don't even look good in today's makeup. So like the girl who can get away with that and just look like edgy and fierce, it's like, what? That's a baddie.
Yeah, it's 4 a.m. and she's
I love how we're jumping in and out to the verses, to the choruses.
She's fingering a gold cross and she's kind of fucked up, but she's still in vogue. She's ate the fact she's New York City's darling.
I wonder.
She's problematic and the way you say it's so fanatic. She already knows that you're obsessed.
Probably. I wonder if she's thinking of a specific girl. Not a piano ballad break. Oh. When I clap, I feel like Miss Darbus. If I clap along to something, I just feel like it's giving Miss Darbus vibes. What is that? Do you hear that in the back? She's like saying things to us, but I couldn't tell you what. Listen, this is the first time in the album where the repetitions kind of get into me. I want another verse or a bridge on this one, but I still love this song. This is a fun one. My God, she whispered into our ear. Okay. I love where the song went, especially because I didn't expect it to go that way based on how we were setting it up in the beginning, but then hitting the chorus and realizing like how uplifting the song was turning. I love it. And I think it's so funny how she was like, you guys calling this girl problematic, but like it's giving fanatic. It is like everybody just wants everyone to be problematic, and it's just like, why do you even like, why? I get that there are some situations where it's like someone does an actually horrible thing and there's a whole holding someone accountable thing, which like of course, but then there's also some things that you see where it's like, why are we tearing down this, it's always a girl, why are we tearing this girl down for that? Okay, Miss Perfect calling this girl problematic, you know what I mean? And I love that Charli sees right through that and is just rooting for those girls who a lot of people are wishing a downfall upon. Track 14, I think about it all the time. I actually have no idea. What are we thinking about?
I think about it all the time, that I might run out of time, but I finally met my baby, and the baby might be mine. Maybe one day I might, if I don't run out of time. Would it give my life a new purpose?
Whoa, that was a lot. That was a lot. Okay. At first she was like, oh my God, I finally met my baby. I was like, oh my God, we're in a happy, fulfilling relationship. That's so exciting. And a baby might be mine. I was like, wait, are you telling us you're pregnant? But then she said, because maybe one day I might get pregnant if I don't run out of time, which Can I just talk about how annoying that is? Just biologically, why? Like, I think like statistically it's better to have a baby like in your 20s than your 30s, because it's just statistically there's less problems that could arise for some reason when you have a baby a bit younger than like into your 30s and 40s. And it's like you're lucky if you can have a baby in your 40s. Usually that's already the end of it. And it's like, I'm 27, I don't feel ready. But then I gotta worry about running out of time, and I don't even know if I want one for sure yet. Like, it's just not enough time. I think about it all the time, running out of time. Yeah. And would it give my life a new purpose? That's crazy. Because I think everybody wonders, like, because that's what everyone says. It's like, oh my God, my life, I can't imagine what my life would be without my baby. Like, like kids are really, once you have a kid, like they are your whole life. So of course it's going to give you new purpose, but is that the purpose you want to settle on to give you fulfillment in life? But then also it's like, well, I don't want to just have a kid to give me purpose. Like I need to make sure I'm ready to have this kid be loved and taken care of in the right way. And oh my God, it's just too much to think about.
Around in Stockholm, seriously thinking about my future for the first time. It was ice cold into my friend's place and I met their baby for the first time.
That'll do it.
Same old clothes she wore before holding a child. Yeah.
Ooh,
she's a radiant.
Same old clothes she wore before holding her child is so interesting, because it's like, I feel like there's an expectation that you just become a new person when you're a mom or a dad, but you can still be you. Like having a child doesn't take anything away from who you are. It just adds something to it. I love that lyric.
And he's a beautiful father. And now they both know these things that I don't. Would it make me miss all my freedom? Think about it all the time. I think about it all the time. Baby, and a baby might be mine. Cause maybe one day I might, if I don't run out of time. And I'm so scared I'm missing out on something. We had a conversation on the way home. Should I start my birth control? Because my career feels so small in the existential scheme of it all.
Oh my God.
I think about it all the time.
Holy shit. Like the things she's saying, it's just like so real. I don't know. I've never felt an album so real. Again, her like self-awareness of feeling like her career isn't enough, but then also it's like, since my career isn't doing that great or as great as I hoped it would be by this point, should we just have a baby? But it's like, is that a reason to have a baby? You're feeling lost in your career, so you just try to find purpose elsewhere, and like putting that pressure on a child, I don't know. I feel like that means you're not ready yet, because like I feel that way too. And the mention that she had about like losing freedom because of the child, I feel like that's another thing where it's like you can't look at it that way, because I still think about that, where when I think about do I want a kid someday, obviously I'm going to be giving up a lot of my free time. It's going to be put into the child, and am I okay with that? Right now it feels like a loss of freedom of me, giving up a piece of myself for this baby. But like, I don't know, is that just a normal thought to have until your baby's there, and then you just like a light snaps on, or is at least supposed to, and everything is just better, and like you're confident that this was right and it was meant to be and you love them, and that's just the end of it. But I don't know, there's just so many doubts and like reasons that I think people rush into children, and I just don't know when you're supposed to feel ready. But then also it's like, I don't think you ever do feel ready. I don't know, it's a very intense thing to try to grapple with, and that the song, it tried to grapple with it, and her kind of just being all over the place with it and being like, I don't know, should I be doing this? ? Like that's the vibe of the song, and it feels like really overwhelming. But I think that this feeling that she captured in this song is very relatable for a lot of women specifically, given how much pressure is put on women to like find fulfillment in a child. Wow. Okay, that brings us to the last track, track 15, 365. Okay, so 360 and 365 are literally connected sonically.
No, I really don't stop when I'm gonna jump when it drops, when I'm down 999. It's a good time. Look at you, I'm a brat when I'm bumping that. No,
Oh my God, Brat finally mentioned.
no, I'll never go home, don't sleep, don't eat, just do it on repeat. Keep
Oh my God, she's so good at like transitioning sonically within her music. It just like doesn't stop, and I love that it just works. But also, how are we gonna end this? How are we gonna end this album with this? How are we gonna end this album with her just being like, anyways, party girl, party girl? Actually, it makes a lot of sense because I feel like that's kind of who she has expressed herself to be, like somebody who on the inside has all these insecurities, has all of these like existential thoughts, has these question marks all over her life. But on the outside, she's just anyways, 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 which is like an interesting wrap up to the album, but also I guess it does make sense.
Till the windows crack, I'll be bumping that. No, I'll never go home, don't sleep, don't eat, just
This part.
when I'm in the club, yeah,
I have a feeling this is what's gonna carry us out. I'm not kidding, she dropped the most honest, heartbreaking lyrics, and then she ends the album with bumping that, bumping that. Bumping that. And that is Brat by Miss Charli XCX. I am actually really surprised by the depth of this album. I think it is just because of my preconceptions of her, because of her brand, and like the brand of Brat Summer and everything, that I just wasn't ready for some of the themes that were talked about on the album, but very pleasantly surprised to see them talked about. I went into like a different space with B2B. I feel like I'm a changed person because of that beat. and yeah, just the emotional side of the album is crazy. I don't know how I feel about like the start and end. Clearly it is her to an extent, but there's just more to her than that. So the fact that she started and ended the album with that identity is just really interesting to me. And I don't know, I think it makes a statement. Oh my God, how much she talked about in the album about like how her career is like mediocre and she's not famous enough for a lot of people, not mainstream enough and all that. I just would love to see an update. I mean, I've never seen an interview at all with her, but I would love to see an interview of what she thinks of all of the success that she has had this summer. So here's my ranking of the album. This is going to be so hard because there are like a lot of songs that I'm drawn to sonically, and then there's a lot that I'm drawn to lyrically, and those are often I feel like I need like two different rankings for sonically versus lyrically, but I am going to try to put it all in one big ranking right now. So that's that. Let me know what your favorite songs on the album are, and thanks for being here. And hopefully I will see you guys next time. I'll see you soon with Sabrina's new album. That's right, that's coming out soon. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye, guys.